Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the third time I'm recording it because I messed up something or another the last two times. So let's hope that this one's good. But this is going to be a short-ish solo raid video. That's the point of the video. I'm gonna try to make a preemptive, well, 5 preemptive teams for this solo raid to see if I can maybe okay, relax. To see if I can maybe come up with some really good teams for it. I am basing this off of the boss and also the units that we have for the weakness. So this is a water weak boss, and it is Material H. Material H has two notable things that we have that would matter a lot in the team building process. So it has a lot of parts that spawn, meaning that parts destroyed is going to be really good here. So I do actually have a team with Rosanna. And then on top of the parts destroyed, we also have a core that is exposed 100% of the time. And because the core is exposed 100% of the time, it's going to make the core damage team, the schoolgirls, it's going to make them absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. But this boss, since it's weak to since it is weak to water, that means that it's fire, and since it's fire, that means that wind Nikke will not be the best. They will take 10% more damage, I believe, and they will also deal 10% less damage. So now that I have that out the way, let's go and talk about what units I think would be good first off before we get into the teams. So I think that the best unit for this solo raid is probably going to be her. It tends to be Summer Mary. Summer Mary has an absolutely insane kit for buffing water units. She has, I believe, the most healing in the entire game still. And she also has the best water buffs. So put 2 or potentially 3 really good water DPS units on the team, and she'll she will buff them to Kingdom Come, and then right around the #1 spot, but not exactly as important as like Summer Mary, in my opinion, is going to be Helm. Helm is absolutely insane. I told you guys this in my video covering the favorite items when they released, but Helm seems to have the strongest favorite item out of all of them. I mean, she was already good, and then she just got more stuff. I'm really, really close to this. I'm so close, man. I'm so close. I have to go claim my dispatch from today, and then after that, I should just get the 3 from, I believe, you get, what, 30 favorite item things per level 7 run in a solo raid. And I should be able to do all 3 of the level 7 tomorrow, which should give me, no. You get 30 for the first time, and then you get 10 every single time, I believe. So you get 30 for the first clear, and then you get 10 whenever you clear it after the first clear. So I should be getting 50 or something. I should be getting a lot. I should be getting a lot tomorrow. I should be able to max her out tomorrow. And then she'll be absolutely insane. She will have a crazy, crazy, crazy nuke on her burst skill. She doesn't have it just yet, but she will have that crazy nuke whenever I get her favorite item. So besides Summer Mary and Helm, I think that Leona, Viper, Ludmilla, Tuve, and Quincy, well, and also the 2 new maids, will be really good for this solo raid. I think Milk could potentially be one of the really good ones. If you have Milk's favorite item, I would consider it. She turns into an into an attack scaling 20-second CDR unit. That's pretty good, actually. That's actually pretty good. Besides that, uh, the units that I wouldn't say are really good, but are going to be decent for bosses, are going to be Phantom, Amelia, Guillotine, and I would probably say for this specific boss, because it has a core that is constantly exposed, machine guns are actually going to be quite decent here. So I think that maybe Summer Neon could actually do a decent amount of damage. Not a good amount, but a decent amount of damage here. It's like if you don't have a lot of options, then she won't be completely awful here because the core is going to be 100% exposed. Of course, her damage in general is just low, but we're going to be going off of the fact that she's an MG and not off of her skill. And the fact that she is an MG means that her core damage is already going to be decently high. So, yeah. Now, Dorothy is actually one of the better water units in the game, but unfortunately, to properly function, she needs Privity. Because if you're not running Privity, she's not a proper CDR unit, and if she's not a proper CDR unit, you're probably going to have to run her as a secondary burst 1, and why would you do that? So she's kind of just knocked off. We need a better alternative to Privity. Someone who can enable the last bullet fire team, but is also really good. I can't talk, dude. I cannot talk for some reason. So if Privity was better, the last bullet fire team would probably be decent. But the fact that you have to put her on the team means that you're just going to be losing DPS since her support and her damage is just not really crazy anymore. So, yeah, putting, say, Privity on instead of, like, a Winter Ludmilla is just going to be a DPS loss. So, Privity could be used, which is probably not going to be the best option. I mean, if you use Dorothy and Privity, it's not going to be awful, but it's not going to be the best. So, I do have the teams here. So, when I was building these teams, and when I was like picturing these teams in my head, I was thinking, how fast is the burst gauge going to be filling up with these units? And if it's going to be filling up slow, do I have a way to build up burst generation? So I have burst gen covered. I have CDR covered. I have sustain covered, and I have DPS covered. So, actually no, and I also have support covered. On every single team, I have support, sustain, DPS, CDR, and then I also have what was the fifth thing I said? Burst generation. On top of that, actually, I have 6 things because I also have a water unit in every single team. Blah. Crazy. So it's pretty balanced. These 5 teams are actually pretty balanced. They have a water unit, sustain, a DPS, CDR, burst gen, and support. So they should be pretty decent. I think that they're going to actually be pretty good. I'm going to have to figure out some units to fill these slots that I'm missing. So for the first team, I have a Pierce team with the Maids as the Burst 2s. So for the Pierce team, they're already pretty decent. They're not going to be bad here at all. And none of them are wind. So, well, I say the Pierce team, but it's not the Ava Pierce team. It's the Nikke Pierce team. So yeah, it's not the Ava units. Although they would work here as well. But yeah, I wanted these 2 here because they could provide a lot of burst gen. I can spam either Alice or Red Hood to build burst generation, which is going to help me a lot. On top of on top of these three being just good in general, Mast and Anchor actually provide a decent amount of just general support in DPS buffs. So I figured that their like general support is going to be really good for this team. For this team, I thought I'm going to hyper focus on the core damage that is offered by the schoolgirls. And since the schoolgirls love to give core damage buffs, I have her here as the burst one, so we can have the core damage buff applied to Roppy and her machine gun. I have it applied to Winter Ludmilla, who is probably going to be the strongest unit of this entire solo raid, because of the exposed core that is very easy to hit on Material H. And then on top of the schoolgirls, Roppy and Ludmilla, I still have to add another unit. It's going to have to be a unit that can benefit a lot from the core damage. So yeah, here it's just a standard. It's like a standard team. So for this team, actually, hold up. I'm gonna cover all 5 roles. And who's doing them. For DPS, we have Alice and Red Hood. For support, we have D Killer Wife and the 2 maids. For sustain, we have the 2 maids. I believe that they both do some sort of sustain. I believe that Anchor heals and maybe Mass does like a shield or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to have to go over and look through their kits again. It's been a few days. And they just released, so I don't have them memorized yet. For Burst Generation, we have Alice and Red Hood. What else? For tankiness. Actually, no. That was covered in sustain. DPS, Burst Generation, sustain, support. Oh, and then water. I'm missing another one. But yeah, we have the 2 water units here. Dude, I'm missing one. DPS, sustain, support, burst generation, water. Dude. Well, what was the... Oh, and then CDR. Yes. A D Killer Wife is the CDR unit. So we have a Roppy for CDR, Roppy and the schoolgirls for support, Roppy and Ludmilla for damage, Tia and Naga for sustainability. For burst generation, I'm going to have to add a unit here for burst generation, so we're missing that. So we have tankiness, sustain, DPS, support. We have water covered in Ludmilla. The only thing that this team is missing is a form of burst generation. Actually, no. I forgot. Tia can be spammed because you don't have to full charge with her. Tia was before the full charge meta. So yes, so Tia can be spammed for burst generation. So never mind. Burst generation is also covered here because Tia can be spammed. You don't have to full charge with her. I believe that her taunt is after 5 shots, I believe. Yes. After 5 shots, she gets cover HP and then she taunts. It does not have to be full charges. It just has to be 5 shots. So you can actually spam Tia and build burst generation with that. They just have to have 1 rocket launcher or 1 sniper that's not involved in the full charge meta, and then you should be able to get burst generation pretty easily. So I covered those. So for support, we have Litter, Helm, and Rosanna. For DPS, we have Helm and Rosanna and Maternia. For heals, we have, for sustainability, we have Helm. For burst generation, we don't have anyone here just yet. And then for tanking, actually no, it was water, so we have Helm. Support, which is these 3. DPS, which is these 2. So sustainability, which is Helm. And then burst gen is all that I'm missing, I believe. So yeah, I'm gonna have to have a burst generation for this team. I think it's the only one that does not have a burst generating unit of the 5 teams. This team is just really good in general. It's just a standard HP team, but there is 2B here instead of, say, Summer Anise or Maiden. I don't know where you are. Oh, there she is. But yeah, this is a standard team. I just have Viper here because Viper hits insanely hard. Viper hits insanely hard. So it's a standard HP team, but Viper is just there because she hits very hard and does a lot of damage. And also, she's a parts damage, well, a parts destroyed unit, so she should also be getting a bunch of buffs for everything that's destroyed whenever we destroy one of the parts, is what we should be seeing. I'm not sure, but we should be seeing that. Or maybe not. I thought that she was a parts damage unit, but I guess not. Huh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so never mind. But she does hit very, 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 very hard. So yeah. I would also give you guys an extra team here in a second. I'll give you guys 6, I guess, instead of 5. And then we have the standard crown team. So Mary will be providing the heals to activate Crown's passive that needs heals. On top of that, if you look at Mary's kit, Mary has insane healing here. And she has insane water support here. She has so much water support here, dude. She does so much water damage. Well, she does so much water damage support. She doesn't really do a lot of damage herself, but she supports it so well. I actually tried a crown Mary team against a schoolgirl team against the what's it called? Shooting range boss, which that boss does have an exposed core. So you would think that the team that has the core damage buffs would actually be way better at buffing up the damage to said boss. But no, Mary and Crown beat out the schoolgirl team even when there was an exposed core there. That's how much support Mary provides. Absolutely insane amounts of support, dude. She is so good. But yeah, it was a schoolgirl team with litter, so yeah. Quincy's here because she's the strongest water DPS in the game. I would have put her on the core damage team right here, but she does not have the accuracy. I've tested out her accuracy. She has around 80% accuracy. In the close range, and in the mid range, she has around 70 to 60% accuracy. So if she's not going to be hitting the core for like a lot of her shots, I don't think it's worth giving her the core damage buff, because I think I can just add another unit to that, and a unit that will benefit a lot more and be hitting a lot more core hits will benefit a lot more from this, is what I'm thinking. I may actually swap in Modernia here and just probably get 2 more units here. But yeah, this is a Crown Mary team, a very, very, very strong. Quincy's here. Oh, I forgot to be. I forgot to name off the stuff. I think I already did this one, but I'm going to do it one more time. So, support, sustainability, DPS, water, support, sustainability, DPS, water, CDR, and then we're just missing burst generation. But for this team, burst generation from Grave, DPS from pretty much everyone here except for Rouge, sustainability from Rouge, and then also the 2 tanks. CDR from Rouge. Water covered by Viper. Is that it? I think so. And then for this one, we have sustain. Oh, and then support covered by Rouge and Grave. That's what it was. So support covered by S, Mary, and Crown, and Dala. Sustainability covered by Mary and Crown. Water covered by Mary and Quincy. Burst generation covered by Mary, and actually, does Mary have to full charge? I don't think that she does. Yeah, no, she doesn't. So, burst gen covered by Mary and Dala, who I can both spam because they don't have to full charge. And then DPS covered by Quincy, and then the one other unit here that I will be using for the water team. On top of that, we also have a shotgun team. I'm not going to confirm this one because I'm not sure exactly how good it'll be, but the shotgun team should be really, really strong. There should be a version. Hold up. There you are.
Off I go, Timmy.
Okay.
I'll hold the line. Did you select me?
I would think that if you have it available, I think that Drake would be a better DPS option than Privity. But I don't have Drake's favorite item, so yeah. And then if you were to do this, you could potentially either include Alice, or if you can put Viper here. Of course, then I wouldn't. I'm not sure who you would put on. No, I'm not sure who you would put on this team. But yeah, you could make some sort of shotgun team, since the shotgun team has, like, I think 3 different water units built into it. Tuve, Leona, and then Bunny Alice.
I'll make sure everyone here survives. Off I go, Timmy.
Yeah.
I'm happy going anywhere, so long as you're with me.
And then if you go for Viper, that's 4 different water units on the same team, but I don't know why you would do that. It would kind of upset the balance. But yeah, the shotgun team would definitely work here. I'm going to try this out, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to put a shotgun team here. Then I'm also probably going to replace Roppy with Litter. I could do that, actually. I could. Ah, that might actually be the better option.
Are we going for a swim? Sure, let's go.
This may be a really good option. I'm not going to lie to you. Because Roppy's going to have a lot of core damage from being a machine gun unit, so she can benefit a lot from the core damage buffs. Then also, Litter will be here. It just depends. See, if I had Milk's favorite item, I would probably do that. I don't know.
Are we going for a swim? Sure, let's go.
I'm thinking I'll probably stick with this. I probably will. But I might try to do something with this and then adding another separate DPS here. I might do that. Who knows? I do know that these top 3 are definites. They are going to be going together so well on this team. I think that these 3 right here, Crown, Miri, and Quincy will also be really, really, really good when paired together. And then I think that this team in general, I think that this team might be the best of the bunch, assuming that Rouge has enough heals to heal the units whenever they're low. Because Material H does actually hit pretty hard. So I'm hoping that the Rouge, I'm hoping that the heals that Rouge has are going to be enough to heal us. Because it's right here. Activates when in shield coin status. You start healing. So once you're in shield coin status, you should start healing, and I'm hoping that her heals are enough to sustain the team at least for the 3 minutes. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I'm thinking I might try something else. I'm not sure. I really think that Rosanna will be really, really crazy here. So I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a definite thing I could do, but I'm not sure about it. I'm going to have to test it out, and then whenever I come up with the actual teams, that's when I'll probably come back and make another video. But yeah, with that being said, this was a very fun video, I guess. Considering that I've already done it 2 times, I guess that it's the most fun that I could have had while doing it. But yeah, seriously though, I do like team building, so it's fine. I love team building, it's fun. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions for teams, put it in the comments, because I don't really know how else you would voice your opinions on the teams. But yeah, with that being said, I guess that's it. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And if not, I just appreciate you guys coming to watch the video. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one, which will probably be in a few hours. So yeah, I'll see y'all. Peace.